Yeah, for those of you giving fake name unto the great one, the time is come for you to realize no more time for no fake name. And the true name is Yahweh. Is His only name. Yahweh. That's His real name. Yahweh. That's His only name. Yahweh.
As I said, I speak about herbs, root, and their magical power. I also speak about the black man. I speak about the white man. I also speak about the Chinese man. Yes, because we are just going unconcerned and not thinking about our people. Sometimes I think that our people might have been locked up. You know, in the past, our people was offering sacrifice unto the God of the Bible. So they will use all type of animals as turtle dove, pigeons, goats, sheep, and hawks. It seems like they kind of changed that plan now. Now they're using money to pay for their sins. In past time, they used the animals to pay for their sins. Now they're using money to pay for their sins. And the donation, some are $25 a week for their sins, and some are $50 every Sunday for their sins, and some pay $200 for their sins to see if they can get forgiveness of their sin. But in my what I concern about is why you need to sin and pay for your sin to get forgiveness. I know many people say we are all born in sin and shaped in iniquity. See, we've been taught all of that. So that's why my great-grandfather in the past was using all these turtle dove for their sins and building altar. Like in Numbers chapter 23, tell you how to build the altar for the gods of the Bible. And Numbers chapter 28 will tell you what type of lamb you should take without spots or blemish, so you can have the blood for the altar. But they kind of stopped that. So everybody now is paying for their sin. $25, $50, $100, $200, depends on how much you make in your wages. If you have a good job, you pay more money to the church. And my people can see that the minister is going home with a lot of money on Sundays. His pocket is going to be filled up because you pay for your sins. And he's just laughing at you. Of course he's laughing at you. You're silly. If there's a God that you call God in the first place, the God that my people really worship is this type of God. And who they're paying their money to on Sunday, this God is going to get rid of their sin. But the minister collect the money. So in the meantime, the minister is living pretty good. And he also doing all his wrong, filthy stuff. But who is he paying to? You're paying your offering to the minister because 1/3 of your money go to the minister and the minister take your money, but he is doing the same thing. They are drinking, they're buying prostitute, they're wife swapping, they gamble, they do all type of things. So it's like the bodyguard, who is watching the bodyguard? See, it's like the police. Who is watching the police? Nobody is watching the bodyguard, because he's the bodyguard. So nobody say anything about the minister because they think he's a holy man and he's a man of God. Because he can be wrong. Because he's praying to this man you call Jesus. And Jesus is going to save you all from your sin. And we are not thinking what is wrong. We are not thinking what is taking place. There are many things taking place in this country. There are many groups formed up to destroy black men sooner or later, and we are not thinking about that. It's like these terrorists that take bomb in New York the other day. If those terrorists was black people that live into the United States, I think the plan would be complete to get rid of them already. Either gather them up to take them back out of this country. And guess what? Black people couldn't say nothing. Just like they round up those people that have not done any terrorists because if they look funny. If it was black people bomb up all those places, I think we would be in a big trouble. Because if the government said, go out there and ground them up, go out there and shoot them down one by one, we would not have nobody to stand up for us. Or if they said, come on, let's put them on the ships. Let's take them back to their country. Let's take them back to Africa. And everywhere they go and they see the black, they just catch them. Just like how they catch them in Africa in past time. Because they begin to destroy the United States. We would be in big trouble. So we're lucky it was not our people bomb up all those places in New York with the jet plane. And it is so symbolic that the government of himself, of their self, do not want to let the people know about this lost plane, that the engine fell off the plane. You got to be kidding. You think they paste those engines onto the plane? Those engines have been bolted on, and those engines have lock washers that lock them properly so they can't just fall off like that. But if they tell it's another terrorist act, then people would be scared to be flying. So they have to smooth it out. The plane engine fell off, and the rudder that steered the plane fell off. Those things have been bolted on. They don't glue on. You got to use your senses. And all these guys that are in jail for no reason whatsoever, they're there because they're from a different country. But they live in this country. They live here for many years. And most of the guys that get killed into the plane, they're not from Afghanistan. They're from Saudi Arabia. And nobody's not saying anything because they can't. You know why they can't say nothing? Because they don't want to offend Saudi Arabia. Because they need the resource that come in from there. So they don't want to interrupt those people. So they go to the weak people who do not have any food to eat. Don't have no big jet plane to bomb nothing up. So they go to the weak. You could imagine a strong place like the United States with all its power go into a small little country and let out all the power that they have. to get rid of all these people in that country. And many people here think nobody died over there. You got to be a fool. And they will not reveal how many people die. All these bombs that they've been bombing all these places, ball of fire, think about it. They have bombs that can penetrate 50 feet down into the heart. Huh? Excuse me. 50 feet down into the heart, and they're going to say nobody died as yet. You got to be a fool. You got to be a fool. But you see, when you believe in this thing so much, you won't caught up as a fool anyway. Because you might have been brainwashed for many, many years. And once your mind been brainwashed, there's nothing you can do. You just have to live with the brainwashed mind. But I'm here to tell you that we need to wake up so we can rewash our people's brains again. So we can start all over. And don't wait for another year coming up. We've been trapped for too long. For 500 years, black men have been trapped in the Western world. And we are not doing anything. Our people are dying out slowly. And we can see that. Our people are dying from starvation. And we can see that. Our people are dying from the virus, and we can see that. But you know what we can see pretty good? We can see this icon clearly into our sight. Because most black men believe in that icon. And you can't tell them there's not such thing. They all believe in it. Especially on Sundays. They all take their money and they pay for their sin to the minister, to this man. I can't believe it. Black men is going all unconcerned. I had a friend that every Sunday he go to the church and he give $50. He have 2 children. I said to him, young man, why are you doing that? He said he have to give his tithe to the church because that's what God require of him giving tithe and offering to the church. I said, man, you got to be a silly man. If you take that $50 a week and put into the bank for your children, when they becomes 18 years of age, they would have a lot of money for them to start off into some sort of business or go to college. And if you do send them to college, they would be going to the white man college to get the white man knowledge because they are the rulers of the Western world. So they would not be getting our knowledge. They would not be getting the woolly man knowledge. Because there is no black man in the Western world is teaching the children about the knowledge of their great-grandfather. They're telling you, well, wherever you go on their ruling, you must follow their rules. So wherever you go, and you have to take your education in. So you lock your education out, and you have the white man education. And the white man ways are not right. The white man ways are not right. We all know that. But yet still you believe into this icon. And you can see that that icon is white. It's a white individual icon. It represents the white people. So how can you see that the ways is not right and you're believing to this white icon? So therefore, the icon of that man, his ways are not going to be right neither. If you talk to black people, they tell you the ways of the white man are destructive. But my concern is, how comes their ways are destructive and they have everything upon the face of the earth? Huh? They said they are not the original man, so how comes they have everything and the original man does not have anything? Well, they take away everything from the original man. How comes the original man they take everything away? Well, because they make guns and they make dynamite. And the original men only can fight with stick and stones. Well, now, the time is come for we not to fight with stick and stone anymore. We have to get guns, we have to get dynamites, and we got to get airplanes. We have to get the big ball of fire just like them. And who are you going to fight? Who are you preparing to fight? You are preparing to fight the enemies. Who are the enemies? The enemies are the blue-eyed men. All the blue-eyed men is the enemy. Because he fight the woolly man already. And he's preparing again. And that's why they have so many groups into the United States. The Ku Klux Klan, the Aryan race, skinheads, they're getting ready to fight the black man. They're not getting ready to fight the white man. Or if they do get ready to fight the government, they're also going to destroy the black men in fighting the government. Because they think the government gives the black men too much opportunity in this United States. And the black man is going with their woman. And they don't want that. They want to have a pure race. They want to have a pure race, and my black people does not want to have a pure race because they said it's okay to have children with other women. That is not the woolly woman. The minister of themselves is saying that. They're marrying other people. Black men is marrying white women, and the minister is black marrying them. They can't tell them, hey man, you're going to have messed up kids. How are the kids going to be messed up? Because they're not going to come out with the woolly hair or the woolly wool. They're not going to come out with that. So you're going to deteriorate your race. They ain't talking like that. They're scared. Why they're scared? Because they believe in this man too much. So if they talk too much about this man, they're going to get in trouble. So we just sit back unconcerned and let our people fade away. And every Sunday, my people are going to all these synagogues and paying tithe. Who they are paying tithe to? The Son of God. And the Son of God is a white individual. Huh? Oh no, that's not him. The white man just made that up. He is black. If he is black, why don't you preach that in the church? Why don't you tell the members, hey, this Jesus that we know, this icon is the wrong icon, and Jesus is a black person. So don't have that in your house anymore. They will not say that to you. They can't. You know why they can't? Because if they speak to you that way, you will not give any tithing, and they will not pay for their sin. So you have to tell them every time. They have to beg you, hey, you got to give some money. So they're beggars. Every Sunday they beg and they tell you, hey, you got to give tithing because God doesn't like that. The more you give is the more God going to give you. The more tithing you give to the church is the more God going to give you. So that lock into your mind. And once that lock into your mind, it's going to stay there and you're going to believe that because all your mind based upon is believe. No proof of nothing whatsoever, but believe. And belief doesn't work. And that's why you are so sick into the church, because you're believing that you're going to be better from your sickness. And you're not looking for any herbal medicine to get yourself better. So you run to the doctor and get all your toxic medicine and fill the body up with toxic again. And you go back to the church and you still believe that you're going to be better, and this white man is not getting you better. And that's why you can't get better, because you are in belief. And belief does not work in nothing. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, you can believe from now until the sun passed away, which it can't pass away. So if you believe it can pass away, keep on believe. Where it going to pass away to? The sun will remain where it is forever. There's no passing away. Just like you're saying the hurt is going to pass away, in a twinkle of an eye the hurt going to pass away. You blink and let us see if it can pass away. Where it going to pass away to? It can't. It's going to remain here time and time. And after time, it will still remain. And no man will live to see after time. As I said in past program, men make days, men make months, and men make years. But all my great-grandfather live in time. Dark time and light time. Just like the Bible says in the beginning, God created heaven and the earth was in darkness. Now, this story needs to change around because it's symbolic. Imagine, there was nothing. There was no earth, there was no star, and there was no moon. And all was here is darkness. If the Bible said in the beginning God created light, I could understand that. Then he could start doing his work into the light. But he created the heaven and the earth in darkness, and then after he created light. So therefore he make everything in darkness. He should make light first and then darkness. But everything was in darkness. And many people can't see that things remain in darkness still. If you go to Australia now, maybe 5 o'clock in the morning. Today's Sunday here, you go to Australia now, it's Monday morning. And it's Sunday 10 o'clock at night. So you see darkness still remain on the earth. So the darkness was not separated from the light. And due to a lot of people does not have that knowledge, that the sun stands still in the element and the earth goes around the sun, and every time one part is in the light, the other part of the earth is in darkness. They don't know that because they have no knowledge of traveling, so they can't tell. And many people think the rain falls from the element. They don't know that the water comes from the ocean. And the salt vapor away from the water. So when you get caught up, then you can't think. And this white man is not letting you think neither. He's not letting you think. No. And everybody just going on unconcerned. In the past time, as I said, the Bible is symbolic. In past time, it was all magical story, and they keep all of this story to do magic. And they do a lot of sacrifice unto their gods. Lot of sacrifice. And they make gods of their own, and they put them in high places in their synagogues. Every nations upon the earth make gods of their own and put them in high places in their synagogue. And they offer sacrifice unto them. And some of these gods work. Some of these gods do miracles. We call them miracles, but they are magical power. Some cause the dead bone to touch the living. They do all type of stuff and cause pain unto the body. So what I'm saying to my people, we need to wake up. Stop our dreaming and let us think what we're going to do about our people. Because we can't sit back and let our people die from all these type of disease. And we can't let our people die from the hands of the enemies. And you all going on concerned like we do not have any enemies. We becomes people of color and we must live as one. It's not going to work. It's never working to the past. Because my own woolly people fight against each other. So what do you think going to be when the outsiders come into my village and start to fight my people? You just going to let him kill all your people and go away? And you just cry night and day, oh, they killed John Brown? Because you don't have any guns and dynamite to fight with? We got to start make our own stuff. Why can't we? The white men made their stuff. Why can't we make our stuff? That's what I'm asking my people. Why can't we make guns and why can't we make dynamites? Why can't we make ships? Why can't we make aircraft? We can have our own army, just like how they have their own army. All the black guys that go to the white man army and leave the army, they could get into an army and be our own army. And recruit other guys that never been into the army. So we can fight when the time comes to fight. You can't run and fight, you got to gather up yourself to fight. And that's why they're having problems in Afghanistan at this moment. Because they didn't group themselves properly to fight the enemies. And if you notice, United States never do nothing wrong. So if any problem with any of the government here, they can go to the World Court. Because they exempt themselves from the World Court. And every other country, if the leaders do something wrong, they have to go to the World Court. And they try them in the World Tribunal. And United States exempt. So United States can do anything with anybody. Because they never do anything wrong. Also Israel, they never do nothing wrong. And that's what's happened. They can do anything with any other people in the world. And nobody have nothing to say. Anything you say is going to be wrong. And they will eliminate you because they give you this guy and that's their family. And all of you bow down to that silly icon that you had. But as I said, if you continue to watch this program, you want to learn something. So if you have been enlightened by this program, write me. Don't you stop writing me. Keep on writing. And be good. There is nothing I can say about being good. No, I have nothing to say about being good. So continue to watch this program and you will learn something. Sooner or later you will learn something. So be good.
Calling on the wrong name. Now is the time for